This is the Joyride, and we're refreshing ourselves today with the Joyride stories. My name is Ben Psycho. Karibuni sana. Make sure you subscribe. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to be here. Joyride Stories has become a thing. It's really entertaining to read these stories and also to see your reaction and also your feedback. So I'm excited.
If you've not read your story, you can just, well, they're supposed to be anonymous, so you can't reach out. But we are trying our best to go through all the stories that you guys have submitted. They are the ones that we did last week were hilarious. What?
Hilarious.
And there's a link down there. It's a Google form. You can record an anonymous story, or you can send to us an anonymous confession about your relationship or about yourself at some point in life.
Imagine nikikupata you're sending stories, confessions.
Kwani hizo tulisoma last week ulikuwa dhani za watu?
Ni zako zote.
Nashukuru pale nimetoka, kushukuru mimi sitachoka, nashukuru pale nimetoka.
Yeah. Do I go first?
You
You sound unsure.
You can start.
You always get the long ones. Oh, wait. No.
Let me start.
All right. I found it. My after-campus boyfriend, almost fiance, so almost means you are heading there, ghosted me early last year. After dating for 2 years, for very many months, then out of nowhere, he came back to break up with me on social media. A very petty, it's not you, it's me apology. The audacity. Lakini wacha Mungu aitwe Mungu, because I was delivered from this character development. Though he casually reaches out with the occasional hi and kidogo banter, I've never really gotten the closure I need or deserve. And I'm not sure how to ask for it, or even if he'll even respond. Once a ghoster?
Always a ghoster.
Question. Wanjiru, how would you handle this as a woman? What advice would you give? Ben, why do you think some men pull this kind of stance? What advice would you give as a man? P.S. We were very much in love, or so I thought. Plus, we had met each other's close friends and families.
Wanjiru, we can start with you.
I think I read somewhere that you must be okay moving on or with a closure that you never got or something like that, and make peace with sometimes you will never get the closure you think you deserve or you are owed, and you have to be okay moving on. And that's usually the hard kind of moving on, because you just have to figure it, rationalize it in your mind and move on.
Okay, maybe you answer a couple of questions for me. So when she says that he broke up with her on social media, was it like she sent him a DM? He sent her a DM, or maybe alifanya poster, maybe alienda live like a 2 day was the only person to view. Thank you so much for joining this. I'm sure you're wondering.
I don't know.
You don't know.
It
We
could
don't know.
be
We don't know.
anything. It
It
could be
could be.
DM.
But I feel like the fact that he ended it like that meant either he was over that relationship, or he was already bored. Because I feel like that's too casual. That's too casual. And this is somebody who I feel like was bored a few months before.
Like Alisema. Why do you think men pull such kind of stints?
It's not just a man thing. It's anyone. People just pull these kind of things whenever they're out of it.
Or like you when they're done.
Yeah, when they are done. In fact, a lot of people say by the time a woman is breaking up with you, there's most probably she started withdrawing some time back. In fact, rarely do men withdraw at the point, like it's, okay, maybe it happens that maybe a man can be in a relationship, but they're still dragging it. I feel like sometimes when men decide that this is over, they move.
Cut.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like women sometimes will give you the grace period, withdrawing pole,
and then one day
by
they
the time
pull
that
the
they're
plug,
telling you they're done, they're
they won't even
genuinely
care.
done,
Yeah.
and that's it for you. So I feel like this guy was just out of it for a long
Alikuwa
time.
amemalizana.
And he also seems a bit unserious, because if you pop in once in a while, huu pia ni mtu anakuja tu kudestabilize world peace.
But also, if you're bothered by it, I would say absolutely cut the cord until you're at a place where you've healed completely.
So she's bothered by the friendship?
No, if you're bothered by the, like the occasional vile anasema ana reach out, I would say cut the cord completely until you are at a place where you can handle that without it eliciting feelings.
Oh, definitely. That's a trigger point.
Yeah.
It's a trigger point.
Definitely.
Let me read the first Joyride story from my end. It's like, hey guys, how would you advise someone whose perception on marriage is negative based on all marriages they've known, which have been full of deceit and heartbreaking stories? It's affecting my relationships. Please help. Please help. I feel like even in a world that's so messy, a lot of people might be complaining about unemployment. There's still those who are employed. A lot of people would say harsh business environments. There's still those that have thriving businesses. People who are saying that nowadays a lot of people are fake friends. There are people who have very
Genuine
real friends. And so even if your life you've seen that whole bad marriages and you have a negative perception towards it, that doesn't mean that you also get to experience the same thing.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think, first of all, give yourself grace. I mean, it's all you've seen. You've seen marriages that don't work. So it's only natural that your perception towards marriage is negative. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. You're just a product of your environment. But are you willing to change it? And are you taking the steps needed to change it? For me, would be surrounding yourself or maybe consuming more healthy, positive marriages that you're seeing, if it's something that you desire, trying to speak to someone about it, because it's a perception that you've carried based on what you've seen, and that's
fair.
fine, and that's fair. But also, if you're willing to change it, I think it's a perception that you can unlearn it. Yeah, because marriage is a beautiful thing with the right person.
Yeah, I also believe this. Life is just a canvas. It's a blank page. Whatever you want to write on it, you write on it.
Hi.
What? Hi.
Picasso.
Hi to you too. How are you doing?
Aya. Aliniacha juu sikuwa nimefua nguo za wiki.
Okay, that's all.
Yeah.
That's the question.
Yeah. That's a confession.
Aliniacha juu sikuwa nimefua nguo za wiki.
Translate it for our Ugandan speakers.
This person is saying that they were left because they had not done laundry for a week.
But see, there are people who have mama wa kufua for weekly, that they come once a week.
Yeah, I've always had that. Plus also washing machines have been on offer, good offer.
Yeah, but
like there were discounts. Like kuna time unaingia super.
But lakini
karibu unabuy mafuta ya kupika unapewa washing machine.
I know people who do laundry once a week.
Yeah, I used to do just compile all your clothes, put them together, then the lady comes, cleans, and she was very nice. So I don't understand. Kwa sababu haukufua nguo za wiki. Maybe the other partner also works at a detergent company. Like, this is the reason why we're not making profits. You are the reason to my problems. Hey. That was a trigger. So this one is a long one. Hi, Mimi, I was left, redumped 2.5 months ago. Watu wanakapitia in Nairobi. If you can say a prayer to Nairobi.
This is the third story tumesoma leo na ni juu ya kuachwa.
Watu wanaachwa, watu wanaachana. So it is, hi, Mimi, I was left, redumped 2.5 months ago. Niliambiwa tu umeshuka rank na ni mimi nitadecide ile siku utapanda. Hey. Why are people dating dictators? I'm laughing now. I wasn't laughing when it happened. Anyway, kushuka rank ndio nini in your opinion? I didn't ask. It was really giving dictator vibes. Yeah, that's true. Leo madam wewe ni vice president. Kesho wewe ni village elder. So I just left because what's to stop him from stripping me of land the next day?
Land?
Yeah. It was on text, so I didn't see clarification. The end of it genuinely felt like a blessing in disguise. Anyway, decipher kushuka rank. Maybe other people can give their opinions and experience. What do you guys think about kushuka ranks? And it's really giving military vibes. It's like kupanda unaongezewa tu get more stars and crowns.
It's giving dictator vibes, as Ben has said. I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't like the sound of it.
I don't even know what to say about this. But I feel like maybe kushuka rank, maybe he meant that he's found somebody who he feels like was better.
Oh, then good for you, sir.
That's only true if we go by his matrix.
Hey, umemo kwenda for?
I don't know.
Wisdom
is too much.
I don't like the sound of this guy, so...
Yeah, he's really toxic.
Yeah,
like you can't even tolerate that.
What do you guys think? I think he's giving very toxic
definitely.
vibes.
Like this somebody who's, what do you mean, unashukisha mtu rank? What is this?
Yeah. Okay, I have one more. Yangu imeisha. I was told I watch a lot of episodes that Joyride, and it's showing you the way I question a lot of things in the relationship, especially having deep conversation about things. I was told nafaa kujua kuna reality, and for him, it's hard to change. That man had to go because it's either you level up or go home without me, baby. Yes. What do you think?
That's it.
Yeah.
Ati he used to say kuna reality na
Kuna reality, and that's hard for it to change.
So this is the guy telling the chick.
So walikuwa na watch Joyride pamoja. Na Joyride, msichana, because of the questions we ask, see the same way game ita challenge wase kuuliza. The Joyride game will challenge guys to ask these questions at home. She took those questions into our relationship, and then she was told, umekuja sana. Back up. All right, that's social media on the ground.
This is reality.
We don't get too deep.
Yeah, people. First of all, I feel like some people when people have some nonsensical, toxic behaviors, they will try and justify it with all sorts of things.
Yeah,
that's culture. That's how we do things. That's how.
Or like that's me.
That's how I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
The way Udema mesema, if you can't level up, I think also just go. It's not a big problem.
But you know what I like about this one? Anatupatia compliments.
Anatupatia compliments, and the Joyride game is coming.
Yeah, because Joyride is about leveling up.
Yeah, Joyride is about leveling up.
Yeah.
So if you and for sure, whenever you're trying to level up, there's some people you'll need to
shed off. Yeah.
It's just how it works. It's just life.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I'm happy you're having difficult conversations.
Yeah, that's a good one. So this one is.
I've finished mine.
You have?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was wondering, kwani you have kidogo aje?
Go.
Okay, my story is, I really don't know how to explain it, but here it goes. Kishasikia hivi. Weka seatbelt. So this guy, I have been in the same group in campus. Our courses divided into group since first year, but they reshuffled the group, so we weren't anymore. We are now in fourth year. We were friends since first year, and at that time he had a girlfriend, but they broke up. But they broke up in the middle of second year. So this guy and I, we bonded each other sexually, and it became a habit for us. Like it was the normal. It was the norm, and I started catching feelings.
So they were sexual partners.
Yes, but I could never tell him. The guy got a girlfriend late last year, and I choked, still choking of jealousy, because I thought us being that intimately close, he would choose me, but he didn't.
Friends with benefits.
But the problem is we still are involved in together, despite him having a girlfriend and me knowing he has a girlfriend. P.S. We are all in the same campus, including the girlfriend. I really feel bad about my actions, but I'm familiar with him. So letting him go and meeting new people is hard for me. Our friendship was really reduced to like us making out, which I'm always sad about. But whenever he calls, I'm there in 5 minutes. Like, surely, I don't know what to do about this. Akipiga tu simu hivi, 5 minutes. Ako kwa nduthi.
But that affirms what they say, that friends with benefits. Like, you can't just be friends and then no feelings come into play.
Like, you just can't be with friends with benefits without feeling.
Yeah.
Because when it gets to sexual activities, it's intimate. It's deep. So... definitely one of you will have to catch feelings.
Turns out
and
it was
this time
you,
around it was you.
Yeah.
And you are the third wheeler. And they're all in the same university.
Yeah.
This guy.
Messy.
This guy has decided it has to remain in the campus. And now the chick is feeling jealous. But also it's weird because you also know he has a partner. What do you think about that?
That just take your L, babes. Like, you got into that situation. Feelings, I think it's the risk that came with fun times. The risk that came is you fell for this person, but that the feelings are not reciprocated. It hurts, but take your L, kisonga.
I think this is one of those things, the sooner you pull the plug, the better.
Yeah, before it gets too deep.
Yeah, because...
I think the movies were wrong when they say, like, you've watched those No Strings Attached. No, I'm talking to the wrong person. Like, you guys have watched movies like No Strings Attached. Yeah, I don't think the movies were right.
It's near.
Yeah.
So what was the movies?
No, like it always, like, it shows this, like with no strings attached, like these two friends really close friends, they decide to have a sexual relationship, and then they fall madly in love and then end up together, and then they realize they were right for each other. But I don't think life is so simple.
That doesn't work in Juja.
Yeah.
Like, let's be fair.
Let's go to the next one. I'm dating 3 guys and they're all useless. Wow. Do you want to know why they're all useless, guys?
I want to know.
None of them spends on me. I am just supporting myself financially, and it's so frustrating. But I love them and I'm attached to them. What can I do? Kubali basi kujisupport. If you love all the 3 of them. First of all, kudos to you for handling 3 men at a go. Like, 1 man is stress enough. Like 3?
Those things that people... Those things that we were told in high school, whenever you're in a sexual activity with somebody, there's something that's formed.
Soul ties.
Yeah, like that's such a broke soul tie. You know? if all these are 4 people,
and the soul ties
like
are so
the poverty
broke.
there is just like on steroids, you know.
Decarte from that poverty.
like it's crazy. But she thinks the guys are useless because they're not supporting her. What is she bring? What?
She's saying she has her own.
She has her own money.
Yeah, she's supporting herself financially.
No, but the fact that she wants to be supported.
Also, you're asking, what does she bring to the table?
Yeah.
Babe, what are you bringing to the table? Ben amekuuliza.
Like, you can't be complaining that... It's a thing. I see this debate on Twitter all the time where broke girls are the ones who like complaining about broke men. You know, because... if you already have the money,
why are you so bothered by somebody else?
Why do you want to be supported? You know, you can support yourself, you know. So yeah, but now these are now 4 broke people.
No, she thinks she can support herself financially. So if she's not
broke, she can't support herself financially if she's already calling them useless. You see, by the fact that she's calling them useless. No. But the fact that she's calling them useless means that she's already very mad at them. Cindy, you can't call somebody useless and you like them and you're happy and all that. It's because she's already very mad at them, and this is because of lack of support.
Yeah.
Because she's also straining. So, this...
break those soul ties.
Break every chain. Break every chain. Remove yourself. Remove yourself from that drama, I beg. So, my ex-girlfriend and I got into an altercation while on phone with mom. Not very kind words were being used. It was getting really heated up. I wanted to excuse myself, but I also wanted to see how far she would go with it. I just couldn't understand why anyone could talk to their parent with such anger and a demeaning tone. I let her calm down, tried to assure her things will be all right, and that all those things you people do in a relationship. In the evening after dinner, I decided to bring it up. I let her know that this is not right for address. It's not right for her to address the mom in that manner. I mentioned, I might not entirely know the kind of relationship you have had with your mom in the past and while growing up, but your mom remains to be your mom, and that you need to show her respect, especially in my presence. I added, maybe that's why you don't watch your tone even when you're talking to me. If you clearly don't have high regards for your mom, sembuse mimi. Uwe, I got slapped.
Okay, why are we violent?
Kijana alikula coffee. She grabbed me, brought me close to her, nikakula bare moja safi. I looked at her, no remorse whatsoever. I uttered, hata ujui kuingia kitchen, hata ujui ingia kitchen uchukue hata kisu. She blubbered words I can't remember, but at this point I could see the regret on her face. I went to the bedroom and I went to the bedroom and slept. The beautiful lady slept on the couch and it did not bother me a bit. In the morning, she approached the situation with an apology and I was ready to hear her reasoning and all. First of all, she tried to gaslight the whole situation by saying she didn't slap me. She just touched me and it came out aggressively.
We are not supposed to laugh about physical violence.
No, we are not laughing about the physical violence. It's just that she just touched me and it came out aggressively. Like okay. that is such a name exclusive. It's like the other day police went to the Kisii governor to stop him from going to the office. And then the police commander said that those police were not there to do anything. They were just resting near his office. You know? And I found that to be hilarious. Uh-huh. I called her out and she dropped that nonsense. After a lot of talking, she just said, it's either you take this apology or not. Whatever happened, happened. I was just there like, what? in my head, that is, I don't even think she realized how out of line she was with that statement. I just said it's fine. Clearly, knew I wasn't. I resented her more than ever. Hugged it out, but my hatred towards her began from that apology. Anyway, a few days later, we broke up. That is another story in itself. It was wild and ugly. To be continued. Still in the streets, in a gated community though. Bonus. There's a time in many of our fights prior to that, she had soaked our bathing towels and all. Nilipata tu towels zake ziko clean and fresh. Zangu bado zinaogelea kwa maji. They had even become damp. Hata sijasema vile I was accused of giving her a UTI. I had to go to the hospital late at night just to see if I'm a carrier of the same or I'm just a walking UTI. I decided to test for everything. All results came back as negative. You know when the doctor asks, so tell me, why are you here? I bloody told the doctor my girlfriend is accusing me of infecting her with a UTI. Can we do all tests possible? With zero shame. While at it, I got something on my skin as well cause of eczema. I sent her the printout while still in hospital and she was like, okay, just okay. You know those okays where it comes with some disappointment of accusing someone falsely and you know that they will be forced to apologize? Yeah, hizo. I was given medication for the eczema, some applicants and tablets. This girl really read through those drug instructions and Google just to confirm that I'm telling the truth and if the medication was truly for eczema and not a UTI. Anyway, bye. Bye, bro. But this is a lot of drama. Let's dissect this slowly.
He was in an abusive relationship.
Let's start with whenever somebody is talking to their parents in a way that you find is disrespectful, what's the best way to go about it? In your opinion?
I think he tried to go about it the right way. In terms of like bringing it up and saying that like he didn't appreciate it. I think that communication for me makes sense, that you communicated how you felt about it, how you prefer parents to be treated in your presence, and that's honorable in my opinion. I generally, it sounds like as though he was in an abusive relationship, and I'm so sorry for that. Physically being slapped, ama kuekelewa mkono, but really just being slapped, threatening with a knife. Like it seems it was a very toxic relationship. There was a lot of abuse, and then emotional, being gaslit. Being told nikuekelea mkono, like I don't know, it just seems I'm happy you're out of it.
Yeah, this guy comes off also as a gentleman.
Yeah.
He's nice, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like this girl has missed out. The girl has a lot of drama. Of course, things to do with family, you approach them with caution because
you don't know the dynamics
deeper, murky. You know. And what I'm never sure about is, and which sometimes is true, is that you don't talk like that to your mom. She'll always be your mom, you know.
But
you have to be very sensitive about that because you don't know how their childhood upbringing was. Yani hizo ni vitu personal sana. But I think this guy approached it well because he even gave her time to recover, heal. But still, it didn't
heal.
End up mdemadi anakutuma uende hospitali ukapimwe na yeye ndi kupimwa ni wewe uende ukapimwa.
That's what I'm saying, like he feels very emotionally abusive.
Yeah.
Pole, young king.
Sorry, man. I think it's good to cut the cord early. You crash, you get heartbroken and all, but eventually you rise above it.
Yeah. And I'm happy you left.
Naona venye men pia wanapitia huku.
Yeah, I'm sorry. All right, last one for today. Hi, mine is I snuck my very new long distance boyfriend home. That was the first time we met. And I told him to sleep over at our house. I wasn't really thinking because what if he was found, but I could barely sleep. I kept on locking doors and checking when my parents would leave for work the next day. Na bado tuliachana.
That's wild.
Mnafanya mambo huku.
That's what I always used to see these things in music videos when I was growing up.
Oh, those movies, teenage movies.
Yeah, where somebody would open the window.
Somebody sneaks in.
Lakini sasa mimi napiga hesabu kwetu ni kwa ploti. Sasa like by the time mumse anaingia kwa mlango waseka wanne washamuona they are going to already report that to my mom, you know. I never experienced that. But I'm sure if you have a big house,
maybe it makes sense.
Maybe you can sneak in somebody, but that's still like risking, you know.
But also maybe aliaminia wazazi wake, like they sleep deep, and so the guy had to leave. So if your parents wake up early,
I also think for a guy you should not risk that. Because that's trespassing, I think, according to law.
And that's how people end up in jail.
Like, you watch Two Suits season 1, and I know that's trespassing.
Ama Joyride
Yeah,
shit, eh?
Joyride shito, and I know that's wrong. Or Vioja. And so it's like, if something was to happen to you inside that house, it's gonna be very hard to even defend you as a person. So, fellas, don't take such risks because it might go wild. But there are people who also want to experience the kick, the risk of it all.
Yeah, but it's risky.
High risk, high reward. So I don't know. Some people are crazy.
Yeah.
But then they were also doing long distance.
It was the first time they met, and the first time they met, he slept over.
Hey, these people
I'm
are
telling you,
wild.
you guys are risking it all out here.
Like hata mjuani
For each
vizuri
other.
and already you're
Amelala
sneaking
kwa
them.
wazazi wako. Like they have information about where you live.
Stay careful,
And
guys.
if it's the first time you met, then that means you met online.
Yeah, they
So
met
it's
online.
an online guy.
Yeah. And you see those stories that you always read about. How did this person get to do this many things? This is how they happen. But anyway, you guys, thank you for sharing your stories. Let us know what you think about the stories that we've shared today.
No judgment whatsoever, guys, by the way.
Yeah, people are going through it. People are in different seasons. People are seeing things differently. Let us know in each and every question, in each and every story. Leave your comment on the comment section below. Let us know what you think. If you want to send more stories, there's a link below. It's anonymous. We won't know who it's from or whatever. Just send them in there. My name is Ben Psycho. Thank you for watching the Joyride podcast. Make sure you subscribe.
Yeah, and I'm Wanjiru. See you next time.
Adios.